First at 5, San Antonians well remember this day last year when the brutal winter storm rolled through, impacting the power grid and leaving many of us in the cold and dark for days. We saw snowfall on Valentine's Day, and hours later, ERCOT issued a declaration of emergency. Not only was the power knocked out, but tens of thousands of Texans also lost access to water. KENS 5 consumer reporter Nicole Kahn has covered the fallout from the storm for the past year. Today, she takes a look back. Nicole?
Deborah, the weather is remarkably different 1 year later. It was beautiful out today. But let's break down what the numbers tell us about the 2021 February winter storm. See what changes the power grid saw in the last 365 days. Plus, find out if Texas is still vulnerable to a repeat of the lights and heat going out again.
The February winter storm in San Antonio by the numbers. 701 vehicle accidents, 40,000 emergency 911 calls, 734 officers manning highway closures, 34 structure fires, 111 carbon monoxide incidents, 4 million damage to city buildings, 346,000 people without power in San Antonio.
I knew something was going wrong.
4 minutes, 37 seconds. How close Texas was to a total power grid collapse. $418 million so far, what CPS Energy paid in fuel costs.
We are going to be paying this off for decades. And it's not something that is uncommon.
$378, what the average CPS Energy customer will pay for fuel charges spread out over 25 years.
I would have hoped we had learned that lesson in 2011. It doesn't appear that we did learn that lesson in 2011 after we had a similar event, although it wasn't as bad or didn't last as long.
16 deaths in Bexar County. 1 year later, the power grid saw some improvements. 99% power plants statewide that pass new winterization standards.
At least initially, it looks like maybe the winterization rule they put in place and the inspections are working pretty well.
But energy experts warn the power grid is not completely fixed.
The same problems that we experienced a year ago, most of them are still there. Some of them have been addressed in significant ways, and others have just not been addressed at all.
One major concern is the natural gas supply chain has not been winterized enough. Most Texas power plants use natural gas for fuel.
We don't fix the fuel side, then we just end up with a bunch of power plants that can't get fuel, and we're in a similar situation. It's kind of like having a bunch of cars in your driveway that are totally operational, but no gas in the tank. You're not going anywhere.
The natural gas industry is regulated by the Texas Railroad Commission, and it could be another year before it requires changes.
Technically, the Railroad Commission could wait until spring of next year to finalize a weatherization rule.
Texans still need to be ready should the power go out in the cold again.
There have absolutely been material and significant changes that have been made to the power plants and to the infrastructure to reduce the possibility of us having that happen again in the future. Is it a guarantee? Is it a perfect solution? No.
Because there's no way to know how long it will be before the next extreme winter weather storm comes to Texas.
A recent study from Rice University showed that while many people viewed the February winter storm as an extreme weather scenario, it wasn't actually all that extreme historically. Nicole Kahn, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.